near you. It's just, it's always one of those conversation starters. Hi, Jenny. Welcome in. So, guys, we're going to share this out and see how many people we can get in the room. But if you are watching the replay by chance, thank you so much for watching the replay. I'm Samantha. I'm the founder of Vintage Jewelry Addicts, and we are hosting Buyers Welcome chats as an opportunity to really connect with our buyers and just walk them through how to use the platform, who Vintage Jewelry Addicts is, like what the heck is this thing, who is District, which is the software that powers Vintage Jewelry Addicts, how, as a buyer, you guys can get the best deals on vintage jewelry anywhere on the internet, how you can participate in our live sales as a buyer, and if you're interested, how you can apply to be a seller, and just really give you guys a breakdown of how to use this platform. Because I think one of the missing links that we've recognized is that we just haven't been chatting with our buyers enough. We've been chatting a lot with our sellers and keeping in touch with our sellers, but not so much our buyers. And we have new people that join every single day. Anywhere from 3 to 30 people will join on a daily basis. And we want you guys to understand how to use this Vintage Jewelry Addicts thing. Hi, Debbie! Exclamation point, exclamation point. How you doing? We're outside, Debbie. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Jamie is in the chat. We are going to introduce Jamie, Flippin' Vintiques Jamie. She has an A by her name because she is our sole admin. We've one admin, and what an admin's job is that they field a lot of questions that I don't have to field, as well as they have all the power that I have, so that if there's an issue or if someone's sale needs to be promoted, or we need to use the @channel tag in our chat channels, the admin can do that. So guys, definitely go follow Flippin' Vintiques Jamie if you're not already following her. She is going to continue. Hi, Deborah. Deborah, come on over to District. Come on over to District. I'll hop on Facebook so that you have the link. We're doing a buyer's welcome tonight. We're talking about how to use Vintage Jewelry Addicts, why we should use Vintage Jewelry Addicts, how to shop, how to find the best jewelry, how to use the marketplace, how to shop the live sales, how to figure out what the heck these trains are, just all the things. Hi, Jen. How are you? So, Jen, we had you on a live sale. We need to get you back. I know the Android still isn't here yet. It pains me to say that. It really does. I really, really wish I didn't have to say that, but we need to get more Jen. So, guys, we are going to... Let's see here. I'm going to switch over to our Facebook page. And then as Jamie is tagging, so Jamie in the comments, she's going to tag about 50 to 75 of our most recent buyers who have joined the community. If you're a seller who's here and you have someone you want to tag, go ahead and tag them. Oh, Jen, that's great. That's great. The one with Vamp, because we haven't announced Mr. E yet, but we are announcing that Friday. It's a fun one. It's a really fun one. And I think Mr. E and I are also going to announce that we are starting a I'm calling it a podcast, but a podcast together. Okay. All right. I don't think Deborah's there. I think Deborah's watching from another channel. So, okay, guys, let's just get our Facebook people over if they are here. Jamie, let me know if you need help with the tagging. And Deborah, if you're still watching, I just sent you the link so that you can tune in. Okay, cool. So, oh yes, she is tagging. Awesome. Whoa. We've got Kent's, Xgal, El Hall, Do Right. You guys have My Crazy Aunt, Vintage Jenny. I love these names. These are so great. All right, guys. So let's get started. First of all, if you are here, please do not hesitate saying hello. Okay. I will not put you on the spot. You will not be asked a random trivia question. There are no wrong answers, but we do love to hear from you. And it does help to have this live be discovered by others so that they can join in and they can chat and they can get to know me and they can get to know Jamie, as well as our sellers who are going to pop in. But again, guys, welcome. So Vintage Jewelry Addicts, how you may have found us. I have no idea. I have no idea how people are finding Vintage Jewelry Addicts. It is the mystery to me. We occasionally run Facebook ads, and there are other marketplaces that are on District, which is the software that powers Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So I think some people find us from the other platforms. Of course, we do have an Instagram account, which is, and I will put that in the chat right now, at Vintage Jewelry Addicts. That is our Instagram account if you guys aren't following it and you're already active. But, besides that, I think the power of Google, right? Because vintage jewelry is not something that is that easy to find online. You have to dig through eBay, you have to dig through Etsy, maybe Ruby Lane, First Dibs, people's personal websites that they've built for their brand. There really isn't a one-stop destination. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm always learning. There's, it's the internet. There's always something new. But when I set out to make Vintage Jewelry Addicts, I knew that it was going to be of service because I had recognized through my own endeavors running a vintage clothing focused community. That's my background, guys. I had a Facebook community from 2019 until 2024 that was vintage clothing and accessories. But I noticed that the jewelry, it was the jewelry. People were like, I want the jewelry, I want the jewelry. It was crazy for me to witness coming from the clothing world. And the more I learned just about the niche that is vintage jewelry, I learned how much it's about collecting and how these pieces maintain value or increase in value. And so that is why I started Vintage Jewelry Addicts, because I recognize that there's a lot of addicts. We're all addicts. Let me know if you are tuning in, if you think that you're a jewelry addict in the comment. And if you're tuning in and if you're listening and you're not too shy, let me know your favorite type of vintage jewelry. If you have a favorite type, I would love to know that. I love long 1970s necklaces. Personally, I'm wearing more of like a 1960s beaded double strand necklace right now, but I love those. Oh my God, they're like with the big medallion at the end, and they're like 28 inches long. I love them. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite type of, Debbie, what is your favorite type of vintage jewelry? And are you a jewelry addict? So our mission is to help you to buy, sell, and collect vintage jewelry. So what does that mean? As a buyer, obviously you want to buy, but you might be a collector. You might be looking for Kenneth Lane. You might be looking for Victorian Revival. You might be looking for Victorian mourning jewelry. You might be looking for World War II era pieces. You might be looking for Y2K designer. You might be looking for cameos from a certain era. You might be looking for, I'm trying to think of something else that's random. Glass stones, glass beads, what's it called? Bohemian jewelry. You might really be looking for something. And so our mission is to help you find it. And we are going to talk about how you can use the marketplace to search and how you can make requests so that our sellers, as I was getting a phone call, our sellers who have so much jewelry, let me text my friend who decided to, on a live. Hope she's okay. My friend just called me. She doesn't call me. So yeah, if you are searching, you can ask our sellers if they have it, because our sellers have a ton of jewelry, guys. A ton. Debbie here, I love antique jewelry 100 plus years, which is obviously harder and harder. I mean, I'm assuming it's harder and harder to find. But here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we want you to feel like this is a place where you can find those difficult collector's items, where you can express something that you've been looking for that you might not have been able to find at a fair price or a reasonable price, right? And here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, you can connect with the sellers. You can get to know them because they're going live, or you can message them. On eBay, and I like to bring up eBay because I would say it's the biggest platform, but on eBay, it's not like you're able to just like chat with the seller and go back and forth and really get to know that. It's a different dynamic. Here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we're a community, and we want you to feel like you can be friendly and connect and ask questions before buying and get information before buying, and obviously get what you're looking for. And then, of course, there's the sell part of our mission: buy, sell, collect. If you want to sell, we want you to sell. We want you to feel like this is a place where I can buy and collect and I can sell. It could just be this circle of forever buying, selling, and collecting. And I think most of us, if we're a buyer, we're also a seller. So if you are a buyer tuning in, if you're watching the replay, please, it is okay to apply to join as a seller. I will touch on that at the end of this founders chat, but just know that you can apply, that there's really no expectations other than that you are, you decide to be you are a quality seller, really. You don't need to have so much back experience that you have to prove yourself. You can get started as a live seller, as a seller with Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So before we really talk about, how to use the platform, guys, I have a little bit of bragging to do, and it's something that I think really helps everyone to have faith, myself included. It helps me to have faith, is that since the beginning of 2025, we have sold almost $150,000 in vintage jewelry. Now, this does include taxes, guys, but nearly $150,000. Last year, in 2024, which was a fantastic year, we sold $83,000. So this year, we are going to double and then some what we sold last year. So we have a ton of successful sellers. We have a ton of successful buyers and collectors. And we just hope to increase those results slow and steady, and to continue to leave an imprint, a positive imprint on the vintage jewelry world. So really quickly, we are powered by something called District. If you are familiar with Whatnot, think of Whatnot and District as very similar software. You don't really need to know much about District, other than they do have some great buyer-seller protection, so that if, say, there is an issue and you're a buyer and you want to file a case, you can do that. And that case will then be handled by District, or it'll be handled by myself, and there will be someone on the other end. So if, say, you never get your jewelry delivered, or something is completely broken, or it's the wrong thing, you will be taken care of. So I think that's the most important thing to know, is that this isn't like something I created, like me and my tech team. It's not like I created Vintage Jewelry Addicts. This is an entire funded company out of Silicon Valley. And so they have done a really great job with making sure that the safety guards are there for everyone involved. The same way, again, that an eBay or a Poshmark would, help the customer. So the only issue that I will share, and I'm just being brutally honest, I wish I could say something different, is that District as a software is best for iPhone at this time. If you are a buyer and you have an Android, I suggest downloading the app on an iPad or using your desktop, like using a computer like this. You guys can see my notes here, but here is District. And I'm going to share my screen with you by actually using my phone to do that, because I can't screen share on my phone. I am so hoping that we have an announcement very soon that Android is full speed ahead for everyone. If you are a seller and you want to use Android to sell live, that is available. It's just, as a buyer, you have to use an app for an Apple device, or you can use desktop. So you can log on vintagejewelryaddicts.com. Let me put that in the comments, guys. If you type in vintagejewelryaddicts.com, the marketplace comes right up. And welcome in. I see a few people have popped in, guys. We are doing a buyer's welcome. And my name is Samantha. I am the founder. And we are talking about all things Jewelry Addicts so that you guys get to know us. You get to know the platform. Okay, so back to how to use... Oh, you know what? No. let me talk about Jamie one more time. So in the comments is Flippin' Vintiques Jamie, guys. So if you have a question or if you go live on the platform and you see someone pop on in the chat, especially if you decide to subscribe with us for the weekend, Jamie will be there for you. So she is our admin. She does a lot of announcements. She shares a Vintage Jewelry Addict of the day, if not daily, oftentimes a few times a week. And Jamie is really the reason that Vintage Jewelry Addicts continues to grow. I am a full-time reseller, and so I do the markets every single weekend. I am pretty tired right now, I think because I did Saturday and Sunday, so I'm feeling it. But I sell thousands of dollars on the weekend, and so I'm more of an in-person seller and more of the overseer of Vintage Jewelry Addicts, and Jamie helps us to keep the engine running. And so as we continue to grow, we're probably going to also grow and have a bigger admin team. And so please don't hesitate following Jamie because she's also a very active seller here. And she has great inventory and is a great example on how to be a successful live seller, guys. So follow Jamie. Okay, cool. Let's do this. I would love to show my face the whole time. I'm going to reverse my camera and we're going to look at my laptop. And I want to walk you guys through just a few things to know around how to shop Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And unfortunately, I'm showing you laptop. It will look different on the iPhone ever so slightly, but I think you guys will get the gist. So let's do that. All right, guys, so you can see I'm wearing my slippers back there. So on the desktop, we have a really great menu to the left, and that menu includes all of our chat channels, which are titled. And then it does include different tabs that you can click that will take you to different destinations at vintagejewelryaddicts.com. If you click all listings, you'll see that we have almost 9,000 listings. We don't just have listings of jewelry. We have listings of accessories. We have listings of jewelry boxes. Let's see if this one will open up. We also, let's see if I see anything else that's different. We allow scarves. There's another bag. We allow neck scarves. We allow tie bars. We allow, well, that's a brooch. That's pretty typical. But we do allow more than just jewelry. And if you're a seller, there is a list of what you can and cannot sell. But for the most part, we are a jewelry community. Now, this is the main listing page. You might be like, okay, so it's all mixed up. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. And you might want to search for something more specific. So what you can do is go to this top search bar. And let's pretend that you're looking for Art Deco jewelry. Now, just like anything, you do need to hopefully find listings that have Art Deco in the title, and so you know for sure that it is an Art Deco piece. It looks like so far all of our sellers have really properly titled their Art Deco pieces. This is awesome. Whoa, look. Okay, let's check this one out. I think I know who this seller is. Yep, Lisa. That is a Art Deco brooch. And if you go back, let's see, who is this? This is Maria Luna Magica. And so this is Art Deco style, but she had Art Deco in the title. Now, let's say that you actually want to do something more specific, like Art Deco brooch. Then you can find all the Art Deco. That's an Art Deco style, which is a little bit different. And you'll notice that actually with the search, it will bring other marketplaces up that you may be a member of. So I'm just scrolling through here. I see, okay, that's a marketplace. Actually, I'm not a member of. So it brings up different marketplaces across district. And that's how you can get introduced to other marketplaces on district beyond just Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Now, let's pretend that you want to find free shipping. And so, let's see, are all of these free shipping? I am unsure. They must be. So that just calibrated the search results so that all of these items have free shipping. And then let's pretend that you don't want to see the other markets that are on district. You're like, I just want to see the markets that I'm a member of. You hit between all markets and my markets. And then additionally, you can change it from most relevant to recent, price low to high, price high to low, alphabetical order, and most viewed. So let's do price low to high. And it looks like our lowest price here is $24.89. I do this a lot on eBay. I always do low to high, especially when I'm sourcing on eBay. What the heck is this? This is such a cool brooch by VJ, one of our sellers. Look at this cool brooch. That is awesome, guys. You never know what you're going to find in Vintage Jewelry Addicts. With almost 9,000 listings, I'm constantly amazed. Oh, wow, look at this one. Oh my gosh, look at this cameo brooch. And guys, if you click the photo, it will open so you can see the item more clearly. Now, here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we require a front and a back photo. I will share, I'm not sure if every single person is doing that. If we do see that someone's not including a back photo, we will let them know, because we want you guys as the buyer to see the back of the item, because we want you to be able to understand the 360 of that item. But let's pretend that you want more information from the seller. You can chat with the seller. So I just opened this up so that I could chat with Lisa. I'll go back. But you can chat with any of the sellers. You can follow them and then chat, and they will see your message, and you can say, hey, I'm looking for a back photo, or I have this question, or I'm interested in this. I see you have this style, but do you have another one? So don't hesitate, don't hesitate messaging the sellers, because that's what this community is designed for. They don't get your messages. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, it's probably because sometimes they go into message requests. So, but hopefully, guys, if you are a seller or a buyer, you check your message requests. It's just like Facebook. Facebook has message requests, and sometimes they get lost. And hi, Corey. Nice to meet you. We're doing a buyers founders chat. We're welcoming our buyers, helping them to get to know how to use our marketplace. So guys, there's more to shopping the marketplace than just searching. You can also do recent, which is new postings, price low to high, price high to low, alphabetical order, most viewed, trending, ending soon. I think trending has to do with the number of hearts. I'm not entirely sure. So this item is trending from Michelle Polly. It's a rhinestone bracelet. And let's pretend that you like this bracelet and you like it. Okay? That seller, so Michelle, she should get a notification that I've liked her item, and she might send me an offer. So just like eBay, when you add something to your watch list, which I do all the time, I add things to my watch list and I'm like, I hope they send me an offer. So this seller should hopefully send me an offer, and I might bite on it. So that's a great little hack for you guys as buyers, is to like these items and see if you get an offer. So K&S Treasures, you will have access to everything I'm showing you on app. It just does look different. Unfortunately, I can't screen share from the district app to my district app. There's no way to do that. So when I go live, I always just use my phone to show desktop. But this menu is somewhere on the app, and this menu is also somewhere on the app. It's just that the user interface design will be slightly different. Great question. Okay, guys, so and I'm sorry about that, guys. I wish I could share my screen from District, but I can't do that. Okay, so if we go to Home, which again, guys, this is our menu, and this will be on the app, and we scroll down, I want to point out our featured collections. I recently updated this, and I updated it from the angle of let's highlight all of the historical vintage costume designers. And this is not even scratching the surface. I should probably add a couple more names. And then also we have featured sellers. Featured sellers are always our subscribers who have subscribed to sell on the weekend. Bags, purses, and clutches, which are obviously different than jewelry. Jewelry that's over 100 years old, and Art Deco. So the way that these collections work is that when you go to list your item, you can tag. You can tag as Coro jewelry, you can tag as antique, you can tag as Art Deco, and then when you tag, your items get brought in to these collections. So if we click Antique 100 Years Plus, you see that we have Antique 100 Years Plus. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. Some good stuff here, guys. Oh, wow. Christina, you're killing me softly with this one. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so that is another way to, you know, if you're just browsing and you're like, I wonder what's new. I wonder what's new with Monet jewelry, because I really like Monet. And sorry, guys, this is loading a little slow here. Yep, and then you can see all of the Monet pieces that have recently been uploaded. And yeah, and that's that, guys. So the marketplace, my goodness, I mean, it's constantly learning. Do you have to go in each marketplace to view or no? So K&S Treasures, when you search with the search bar, it brings to your search feed items from across marketplaces on District. Okay, so marketplaces across District, unless you change it from all markets to my markets, which my markets means that you've joined the market. It doesn't mean like it's just a market on District. In order to use what I'm teaching you with the collections, that is going to be up to each marketplace. And so I'm speaking to you guys tonight, obviously, to promote Vintage Jewelry Addict. So I'm unsure what other marketplaces do, but I'm assuming they probably do something very, very, very similar. But here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we are the best jewelry place. We are the best. We have, again, almost 9,000 listings. I'd love to hit 10,000 in the next month or so. But we have even more listings with our live streams, guys. So if you hit the live stream tab, this is how you're going to see a schedule of all the upcoming live sales. Thanks, Elsie. I totally got full of myself there. I thought to myself, I probably shouldn't say that. But we are the best. We are the best. What was I going to say? You can see the schedule of all of the forthcoming lives. And some of our sellers will really schedule out, which I think is really great, because as a new buyer, you can see the variety. So let me start here. We have a train coming up on Thursday, which is the Necklace Club. It's a reference to the Breakfast Club. So that's going to be all necklaces, guys, like necklaces nonstop sold on the lives. And then we have some of our subscriber lives, and those are on the weekend. And then we start to see our sterling silver train, which is coming up on August 12th. And then we have the Napier train, guys, which is our featured costume designer of the month. So everyone who's selling on the Napier train will be offering jewelry by Napier. And if you keep going down, we have the bags, hats, and accessories train. which is coming up on August 19th. And then our Wake Up with Vintage Jewelry Addicts, which is a brand new morning train, which is the last Thursday of the month. So if you guys go into the past, you'll see, look at this. We have 1.5 thousand past lives. Technically, I'm not 100% on this, but technically, I think you can go back. You can just go back to the beginning and just be like, I'm going to watch all the replays. There's no commercials. I'm going to watch the replays. Now, I don't encourage you guys to do that, but let's say that you wanted to shop the thrifting teacher, Elsie, and you missed her live sale, but you knew that her live sale had happened last night. If you go to the past, if you scroll down and you go to the past live sales, you might see her past live sale. Let's see, because she did sell a few nights ago. Let's see. There she is. You can click it open and you can watch the live stream replay, and you might recognize some pieces that she did not sell. And you can send her a message and you can be like, hey, Elsie, I want that item. Is it still available? And so that's like another little hack, because obviously many of us have lives. We might not be able to tune into the live sales when they're happening. So you can watch the replay and you can reach out to the seller. So back to my agenda here. Ooh, we didn't talk about this, guys. Let's pretend like you actually want to make an offer. Ooh, let's make an offer on the Kenneth J. Lane piece. And guys, the sun has gone down much faster than I anticipated. I just realized, oh goodness, I might need to turn on this light up here. So I might do that in a second. But to all of our buyers, do not hesitate making offers. You never know. You never know how long someone has been sitting on something, or they're just in the mood today and they're like, sure. And we love, I mean, as sellers, right? Like, we love offers. We love when buyers make us offers. So if a seller does not want to receive offers, they don't have this. You won't be able to click make an offer. But if they do have it, shoot your shot, make an offer. And guys, you can do that on desktop, and you can do that obviously on the app. What you can't do during a live stream is make an offer on an auction. So let's pretend that, and this is my live stream right now. Let's pretend that I bring something to stage. You guys, you can't make an offer on an auction. You just have to bid on the item. So back to auctions. The main difference with an auction and a buy it now is that an auction is a live situation. You can place a pre-bid and you can leave the live sale and still win the item. But if someone bids against you, you need to be there to bid against them. So much like an eBay auction, you do need to make sure that you stay on top of it to make sure that you win it. April, all payment is done on district. There is no invoicing and there is no payment requested through PayPal. You can, and it's a great point about PayPal, I was about to bring that up. You can check out with PayPal as a buy it now if you would like. Okay. But as a auction, you have to use credit card, and that is something that we can't control. That's pretty universal across all live auction platforms, including Whatnot. So if a customer wants to use PayPal, the best thing to do is that the seller just lets them check out with PayPal as a buy it now if that item does not sell as an auction on the live sale, so that they don't have to use their credit card on the live sale. But this is a platform much like eBay, much like Poshmark, much like Whatnot. And so no, the sellers do not send invoices. There's no follow-up. The customer buys or bids right then and there. They get an email that is delivered to their, I will have it here, that is delivered to their email that says that that order has been processed. They get an email when the item has been delivered. So again, much like, again, eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, what Vintage Jewelry Addicts, as powered by District, allow sellers and buyers to have is the ease of function, where things are automatic, right? You're not chasing down buyers. You're not chasing down sellers. If there is an issue, you can report to District so that, hey, if you don't get your jewelry, if the seller doesn't ship it, you can get your money back. So unlike, say a Facebook community where you're going to have to manually handle all of that, District is a live sale platform powered by, just the top technology so that you don't have to think about any of that. So I hope that answers your question, because I know why you're asking that. But this is a completely different thing than just like, hey friend, you want to buy my item? Let me PayPal invoice you. That is not what this platform is about. And I will share, if we see that PayPal invoices or requests are being made behind the scenes by buyers, we will have a conversation with them, because we want all of the processing to happen on the platform. So there's that. Okay, cool. Actually, in April, if you're a seller, I don't know if you're a seller or a buyer, it will make your life so much easier. Like, I promise. I did the whole PayPal invoice thing for years, and I would have to, add it in and then send it and then follow up with the buyer, and sometimes they wouldn't see it. Then I have to send a nudge. You would like nudge on PayPal for them. So I have been there myself. Okay, cool, guys. So thanks to April, I just went over something really quickly, but with auctions on the live sales, you do have to have a credit card connected to bid. With the buy it now items, you can check out with PayPal. You can check out with credit card as well, but you can check out with PayPal. Again, that's completely out of our hands. That's just the way it works. I'm not sure why. I'm sure it's a legal thing. But if you're a buyer that just wants to use PayPal, then just let the seller know, hey, I was interested. If it doesn't sell, send me a link as a buy it now, and I can check out with PayPal. So one of the beautiful things, and guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on this light because I just realized that it is very dark here now. Do you guys see how dark it's become? I'm here on the East Coast, and the sun is now setting a lot later. So hold on, guys. You can see my outside sky here. Let's turn on this light. I was going to do it live inside the house, but I will admit that the bedroom where I usually go live is very messy tonight, so I didn't want you guys to see it. Yeah, of course you're already dark. Oh well, you're further up north. Yeah, we still have a little bit of light. Maryland. So, okay, cool. Now you guys can see my face. So, what I wanted to touch on next is that what the advantage to being a buyer with District. This is the way I see it. Is that when you get to know a seller, not only can you communicate with them and talk to them and just have a much more conversational approach to your buying, where you can trust them and you can ask them questions before you even buy, is that our sellers can keep your packages open. So what that means is that, let's say you want to buy something from me today, you want to buy something from me Friday, you want to buy something from me next Wednesday. As long as I don't process that shipping label, your purchase continues to have something called progressive shipping, so that you're not charged $6 for each purchase. You might be charged $6 for that first purchase, and then you're charged, say, 50 cents. It depends on what the seller has decided for their progressive shipping rate. But you're charged 50 cents, hypothetically speaking, for every item after that. And this is really advantageous with jewelry, because many of us, we're addicts. We don't want just one piece. We want 10 from a seller. And let's say we're on a live sale. Again, like let's say I'm buying from Jamie, and I'm buying a couple of things from Jamie, and I've bought 7 things. Well, all 7 of those things might fit just fine in a poly mailer. So why would I need to pay $25 shipping for 7 things that are small that can fit in a poly mailer that costs no more than $7. And so what is really nice about District is that, again, because our sellers can keep your packages open for you, if they don't process the shipping label, if you communicate with them that maybe you want to buy more, you get a better shipping bargain. My frustration when I sell vintage clothing on other platforms, whatnot, we'll just say it, is that every single time I host a live sale, the buyer has to pay new shipping. So if I host a live sale today, tomorrow, and the next day, and someone buys from me every single one of those sales, they have to pay fresh shipping straight out the gate. There's no progressive shipping. And it just adds up. And it adds up in such a way that even though some of these buyers are spending a good amount of money with you, you can't even refund them because Whatnot doesn't let you refund. So the other is, let's say you are a seller and you made a mistake. You overcharged on shipping. You overcharged on the item. I don't know. You realize, hey, maybe this was too much. You can refund on District. I'm not going to say anything. District isn't going to say anything. Nobody's going to chastise you and say, well, you get a strike against your account. KNS knows this very well. Yeah. I would say that was my most frustrating thing when I started selling vintage clothing on Whatnot. I was like, why can't I refund people? And why can't I combine packages? My first live sale, I thought you could combine packages. I just thought you could. So here on District, you can. Now, we're not a vintage clothing community. We're a vintage jewelry community. But it makes even more sense for jewelry because jewelry is so small. It's so small. You don't need to charge shipping every time you buy something. So again, it is on the seller to not process the shipping label. So as a buyer, if you are in communication with your favorite seller, you can say to them, hey, don't ship this yet because I'll probably buy from you next week. And let's just combine it. And then the seller goes, cool, we'll just hold on to it. And while we have a very professional platform, that helps you to have a very friendly relationship between buyer and seller because it's about trust, it's about communication, it's about keeping the conversation going, etc., etc., etc. So I hope that inspires you as a buyer. I think it's something that I wish I could put on the homepage of Vintage Jewelry Addicts so that people knew that that was one of the perks. So it is good for me to remind people so that, you as a buyer, you feel like, cool, I can really take advantage of this progressive shipping and buy a ton of stuff and not feel like I'm spending an arm and a leg on shipping itself. So, okay, cool. So let's see. What other notes do we have? And guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We're almost to the hour mark. Okay, so let's talk about our trains. And then I want to end with how you guys can subscribe and become a seller for the weekend if you're interested, or just how you can become a seller in general. So something that is really popular is something called a train. So what's a train? It's not actually a train. It's not actually like a chugga choo-choo train. It's like a term for multiple live sales happening back to back under a theme. And we do a lot of them here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So again, if you go to the live stream tab, and this can be on app or this can be on desktop, you can see in advance what train themes we have scheduled. And you'll know it's a train because the thumbnail will be in multiples, like back to back. So that was the Necklace Club, and then we have Napier back to back. And really what's so fun about the trains for the buyer is that if you're really into the theme, you can shop not one, but multiple live sellers that are offering items under that theme. So you're not popping into a live sale like, what are they going to have? I don't know. If you get on the Napier train, that they will have Napier pieces. That if you get on the necklace train, There's going to be necklaces. You know that if you get on the gemstone train, there's going to be gemstones. And so here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we're really big on trains because jewelry has a lot of themes. There feels like an unlimited amount of themes. Some are more popular than others. And we're always experimenting with our themes. We try to do a different theme every month. And then themes that work really well, that seem to be fan favorites, we will bring back over and over again. So one of those themes is sterling silver. People love sterling silver because it maintains its value. And the cost of sterling silver is pretty high right now. So that is a train that we do on the second Tuesday of every month. So again, if you are a buyer and you want to be laser, like you want to buy what you want to buy, keep on top of our trains. We announce them. We announce them in the chat, and I announce them on my founders chat. So I'm always reminding you guys, hey, this train is coming up. This is what's going on. Additionally, we announce them via our newsletter. So I haven't shared the newsletter for some time. And this is not going to be clickable, unfortunately. But I'm going to share the link to our newsletter sign up right now in the chat. What I do is I share this occasionally as an announcement, or I share it in the chat channel so that you can click this and you can sign up for our newsletter. K&S, we only do one per month at the moment. If you want to host a train, I don't know if you're an approved seller, not sure. You are more than welcome to. We are always looking for more people to host trains. Always, 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 always. Send me a message and then we can do something else. Elsie of the Thrifting Teacher, she's planned. So she's set with the ones that she's set with. So if you wanted to do like a replay or something, you could. But Elsie does have ownership of that, you know, with what she's scheduled so far. So we don't want to change any of that. Yes, thank you for tagging Angela. So the trains, again, is something that myself and Jamie, we make sure are happening and scheduled. But if you are a seller, you are encouraged to come to me and be like, hey, I want to host a train. The only reason I say come to me is just because I think 2 trains in one day doesn't make sense. So I would just want to make sure that you schedule it on a day that there's not 2 trains in one day. And I don't expect you guys to memorize all the trains. But what we do is we do release a calendar so that at the beginning of the month, you guys know what trains are happening for the month ahead. And we hope that that really helps you guys because understandably, you might need to see something that's a visual. I'm going to show it to you guys right now because we just shared it this morning for the month of course, I don't see it. Hold on, guys. I think it's in live sale announcements. We just shared it this morning for the month of August so that you guys can see what dates we have scheduled trains for. And guys, this is in the live sale announcement tab. I always encourage you guys, check the chat channels, even if you don't get announcements or tags, just see what's happening. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, again, that's probably the best way to stay on top of things. But if you guys want to receive the newsletters the day before or the day of announcing this is the train, this is what's happening, you know, we hope that you can get on the train. Here's the link. Sign up for the newsletter. So again, guys, you can't click the link that I just put in the chat, but I will share it as an announcement just to recap this so that if you guys want to sign up, you can. Newsletter is absolutely free. You can unsubscribe at any time, but we do have a very high open rate because I know how helpful it is because you guys are like, oh, there's a necklace train today. Great. I didn't know, but I know now because it came to my newsletter and I opened my iPhone at 7 a.m. and there it was. So, okay, so there's that. So the last thing I want to go over, and you guys have been so great with questions. I love this. K&S, thank you. Corey, thank you. Is if you're a buyer and you want to become a seller. So I really tried to focus this conversation on like, hey, you're a buyer. Thank you so much. You are the blood life of this marketplace. Without you, we would be nothing. But you might want to become a seller, and we welcome that. We absolutely welcome that. All levels are encouraged to apply. So when you go onto your desktop or onto your iPhone, look for these 3 dots. You don't see it for me because I'm the marketplace owner, but somewhere you're going to see apply to sell. And then you can apply to sell, and Jamie of Flippin' Mintiques will approve your application as long as you don't say that you're going to sell, like, I don't know, like furniture or something, because we're not a furniture marketplace. So obviously we are jewelry and accessories, and we want you to know that when you're applying. So as long as your application is okay, Jamie will approve it. She'll send you a message to get started, and then you will have access to the seller support. And then once you follow Jamie's instructions on how to be approved to be a live seller, you will have access to the live seller start here and the new live seller support channel. There is a onboarding Zoom that district hosts for new live sellers. And then we do have some training videos that give you a little bit of insights visually. So it's a screen share video, how to host a live sale, how to bring items to stage, blah, blah, blah. But we encourage you actually, you might want to go live on your own, and you can do that as a private live. So you can figure out the technology before you actually go live. If you need more support with that because you're like, Sammy, I have no idea how to go live, I am so flustered, we do have a level 2 with our subscription where you get a session where myself or Jamie of Flippin' Mintiques, we will actually go live with you as a private live, and we will walk you through everything. So really quickly, if you want to subscribe with us, hit subscription. Now, I'm not showing you all the tiers, but we technically have 4 tiers. Tier 1 is all you need. It's $10 a month to sell on the weekends. You actually get a booking calendar from us. You sign up to sell on the weekends. You are a part of an automatic train Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. You're promoted. We promote you with our founders chat, with our newsletter, etc., etc. But tier 2 is where you'll get that coaching session. And then tier 3, you can actually get reduced commission. So if you're like, hey, I'm in it to win it, I want to have reduced commission, I'm open to paying, a monthly fee for that. That is what tier 3 is. And tier 4 actually comes with, if I'm not mistaken, monthly coaching calls. And that's really good if you're like a brand new live seller. You can, unsubscribe at any time. You can go up and down with the tiers. We do not take it personal. I unsubscribe from stuff all the time. I totally get it. But what I will say is that our subscribers are statistically the best sellers because they have basically committed. They've told themselves, hey, I am in it to win it. I'm going to sell on the weekends, and I'm going to sign up for my weekend slot, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to be there. And they've connected with each other. They've created friendships. They've created professionalships. Their buyers know that they're going to be live because oftentimes they get about the same slot. And again, they're the only ones selling. So they get a dedicated 90-minute slot, and they're a part of a train. We promote them, and they just rock it out because they're committed. And it's a very small fee to be a subscriber of just $10 a month. And we think our subscribers are amazing. We think all of our sellers are amazing. But I do encourage everyone to subscribe because I do believe that it will be the fire under your butt to improve and to stay committed as a live seller, because it's very easy to fall off the live selling wagon. It's very easy. Very easy. I have been there myself. So, all right, guys, that was a lot. Again, this was really for the buyers, and it really was supposed to be like a fireside chat. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, letting me turn on the lights on my back deck and kind of be talking to you guys in the dark. Something I've learned about, being an owner and a leader is sometimes you just got to do it wherever you are. And the same thing for our sellers, right? Like, we welcome you to show up as you are, just give it your best. And our buyers, we hope that you have found I know you have found such gems in our community, and the best is only yet to come because we are growing every single day. The platform is improving. Our sellers are getting to know the buyers. They're understanding what's trending, how they can sell it, the best deals they can give you guys. We're doing more marketplace collabs with other marketplaces, which is so much fun. And we really hope, actually, again, I know that our mission of helping anyone to buy, sell, and collect vintage jewelry really takes Vintage Jewelry Addicts to a more, how do I say, mainstream awareness, because there is not a one-stop destination for jewelry the way that we have developed it with Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And I'm very proud of that. And the reason that we are at this place is, again, because the need for it was so big. The need for a vintage jewelry destination was truly there. And so only good things are to come, whether you're a buyer, seller, or collector. Thank you so much to Jamie for tagging some of our new buyers. If you are someone that thinks someone else should join this community, share the link, vintagejewelryaddicts.com. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, April. Vintagejewelryaddicts.com. Invite them onto a live sale. And yeah, let's buy, sell, and collect more vintage jewelry, guys. Let's do it. I didn't even show you guys. It's very late right now, but I'm wearing my favorite 1970s earrings. I love these so much. I've definitely started, since running this community, I have worn more jewelry than ever before. Like, it has definitely upped my jewelry game, and it has helped me to feel good about myself, even when it's 100 degrees outside and I'm sweating and I'm wearing a tank top and shorts, because that's all I can wear. But at least I'm wearing jewelry. Right, Debbie? Awesome, guys. Well, I'm going to get off. I'm going to go to sleep. I became very tired today, like very tired. So if you notice my energy was a little bit lower, that's why. Heads up to anyone tuning in. Our next train is on Thursday. It's the Necklace Club, baby. It's the Necklace Club. You know what? I'm going to get off. I'm going to post a photo of the Breakfast Club to promote the Necklace Club. We've never done a train like this. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of necklaces. If you're a buyer, if you're a collector, we hope to see you there, even if you're a fly in the wall. Thank you guys so much. You aren't naked if you're wearing jewelry. Exactly. Yeah. You're not just in a workout outfit if you're wearing jewelry. That should be another phrase. It's not casual if you're wearing, it's not athleisure wear if you're wearing jewelry. It's an outfit if you're wearing jewelry. All right, guys, have a great night, and we will do this again in 2 weeks. And see you guys on Thursday for our Necklace Club live sale. Okay? Hey, Rose. Okay, bye, guys.